back to another episode of Kicking Back, where today I'm joined by the core Kickback team, Ollie, Kirsten and Emma. And today, because it's the lead up to Halloween, we're gonna get a little bit spooky, and obviously with the big kind of reveal of Girls Guide, we're gonna try and link it in and make it fun. So recently we released a Google form asking you guys to kind of tell us about any sex horror stories you might have to kind of help us develop Girls Guide. And let me just say, it has been a blast and we have loved reading all your responses. So we're just going to be talking a little bit about that today and discussing our favorite ones. So I guess the first question is how have we found the responses so far, guys? What have been your thoughts?
Oh boy.
Just in general, I mean, even apart from the horror story ones, they've all been just so generous. It's been an utter privilege to read what people have said, and for me it's been a real motivator for the project as well, because it seems more necessary now that we're knowing that people responding. Mm-hmm. But the horror stories are something else, I have to say.
So good.
Yeah, it's good content. It's good content. Thank you so much for participating. It's also been kind of nice, having a combination of experiences from kind of the core British audience we've got in the West Midlands and around, and also getting some American experiences as well. That's been kind of fun. Yeah, it's been nice to hear from a range of different voices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what can I say? It's been interesting reads. Some of it pretty shocking, but other of it's quite deep. But yeah, thank you to people who've been really vulnerable as well, because I think that will also kind of help develop more mature sides to the piece too, which is nice. But yeah, also thanks to everyone who filmed in the form and took the time to do that, because it's going to be a massive help going forward as well.
100%. Okay, so I guess moving on, I think looking at all the responses, what would you guys say has been your favorite response, or the response that kind of stood out to you and made you go oh wow? So if we wanted to go around and share.
Go for it.
No, you got this.
I was going to start it off with the somebody had submitted that they had sex in a public place outdoors with potentially a drone flying past.
Oh no.
And I just love the mental image of it's one of those camera drones, and so this guy is just getting some really smooth, nice panoramas of this couple. I just love that, because I love drone cam footage anyway. All of my Instagram algorithm is just cool shots of nature or something, but I'm obsessed with that image of just it just zooms and then pans out. Wow. That's my favorite one, I think.
All the angles. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. Incredible. Ollie, how about you?
Oh boy, I mean, that one is pretty good. It's just kind of unintentionally being part of a porno. This one I enjoy.
That's the plot of every Quentin Tarantino movie, though, isn't it? They're all unintentionally part of his foot porn.
Get a good shot in there as well. I mean,
it's Tarantino movies are just the most expensive feet compilations ever made.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one I like quite a lot because it's both horrifying and educational. It's a person who, in their words, was getting down and dirty with a boy from school who happened to be a virgin. Number one, I love the phrase getting down and dirty.
Fantastic. There are so many good euphemisms for sex that we're kind of coming across from doing this project.
Oh, we're definitely coming across. And essentially this story, and it continues with this little down and dirty boy coming in the person's eye, That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. It will, yeah, not ideal, but it gets worse. The person goes on to talk about how painful it was, and then they mentioned that they've recently discovered the reason why it's so painful is because the film on your eye is the same material as your vagina.
Oh,
So the sperm tried to penetrate her eye.
horrific. Oh my God.
So this delightful little story ends with this person's eyeball trying to be eaten alive by sperm. So it's educational.
Oh no.
How do you deal with that though? Like, you'd have to like fully like science class wash your eye out, but if it's already in that
it's not ideal.
It's got potential to be a horror film, to be honest. So I'll give it that. I mean,
the only solution I can think of is wearing like swimming goggles, but that feels like a mood killer unless you're really into like swimmers and or
a role play,
I guess.
Yeah, it's like a role play where one of them is Bradley Phelps.
Bradley Phelps.
Is that his name?
I've heard of
Michael Phelps. Phelps. I don't know who Bradley Phelps is. Michael Phelps is
the role play character. Bradley Phelps, renowned swimmer.
Yeah, Michael Phelps like submitted a cease and desist, and so they had to change the name.
Too many people were role playing as Michael Phelps. And then getting like cum all in their eye.
Oh God, show me that sweet wingspan.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Kirsten, what about you? Any that stood out to you and scarred you?
I mean, I think all of it has scarred me, to be honest. I was scrolling through, I was like, oh my gosh. Would not want to be in that situation at all. A lot of walking in on people, a lot of being overheard seems to be quite a common theme, which is interesting. Issues in like club toilets as well, and that mustn't be fun for anybody. Yeah, I think I've got to agree with Emma though. Just a drone flying across overhead, like who knows where that footage is going to end up, you know? So
how did they clock the drone?
They probably just heard it. I don't know, it doesn't say.
Yeah, drones make such a loud noise, so they probably heard it.
Oh damn, do you reckon the low flying one, or like
imagine if it just like came up like next to them? It was like
a horror movie, it just like comes up from behind like a log or something.
Oh man, yeah, these have all been traumatizing. I was gonna say, because we were talking about this before, one of them just kind of says queefing will never not fill me with embarrassment. And
I feel that. Feel that.
Queefing is not talked about enough, man. Normalize queefing. Because we were saying we would love to include that in Girls Guide somewhere, because it is such a normal thing, and it is a little bit iconic. You gotta put it out there. Oh man. Now we talked about Kickback kind of going international. Ollie, you said you kind of got some horror stories from across the pond. Am I right?
Yes, I've been making connections. I've been doing my networking. And I think a couple of people who have filled in the form are from my side of the globe now, which is great. We also have a very generous contribution of stories by a very good friend of mine and their meme page. So just to like scour through some of them, we got, what have we got? He was drunk and peed his pants before we even got them off. Tore my boyfriend's frenulum and fainted because there was so much blood. When I lost my virginity, I was hitting it from behind and she started smoking meth. A classic content. Wait, oh my God. back on theme, a guy came in my eye on accident and I said, nice shooting, Tex.
I gotta say, sometimes in those situations, it feels like the best thing to do is just quip, make a funny statement.
I'm sensing a pattern with coming in the eye. What is that?
It's a
Clearly.
theme. I vomited while eating her out because she didn't wipe her kitty properly. There's a lot of different elements going on there.
Vomiting in the
No. I don't want to think about that.
How, or was it just kind of like off to the side, like, hold on, give me a sec?
I would hope so. I would hope so that they took the time to move away, because I could just imagine this like cartoon-esque thing of like, you know, like when cartoon characters are gonna vomit and they puff their cheeks up or whatever.
I was gonna say, I don't think you'd recover from that, surely.
No.
It's
Emotionally as well as physically. I don't think you'd ever feel clean again.
Creme brulee. More I once having sex with then boyfriend, and he pulled out and shot me in the eye, and yes, I got a black eye. So that must have been some powerful shooting.
The force to a black eye.
It's like less of a gun, less of like a handgun, and more of a shotgun blast. I don't know. It's
Bodies are incredible, and that is
Yeah.
what we love here at Kickback. But that is insane.
So yeah, those are just like a taste of. There's about 300 or more stories there. So follow which memes on Instagram if you want to see those stories, and also some funny memes every now and then. I don't know. But yeah. Thank you to that person for helping us out with these nightmares.
Big up
We
the
love cross promotion.
applause, because yeah, I'm never going to sleep again, honestly. Clearly they're wilding across the pond. But are you guys kind of like excited to kind of like try and interweave some of these horror stories into the show, and kind of like what kind of like ideas are you guys getting from like reading these stories? Like, is it like sparking anything in regards to the show?
Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, I think this show is probably going to be the scariest project that we're all going to have undertaken, because people are being so vulnerable with us, and so I feel like we owe it to them to be vulnerable in our performance as performers and writers. And it's just there's just so many good things that we can put in. There's so many good like imagery that people are sharing with us, and it's just I can't say like specific things, but I'm just reading it and just I want to say quivering with excitement, but I feel like that's a bit of a fun soundbite that I shouldn't say on this particular podcast. But it very much describes, as in shaking. That doesn't make it better. I'm going to mute myself now.
It's a new Kickback tagline. Kickback Theatre, quivering with
Quivering
excitement. Oh, you say quivering.
Yeah. What did you think I said?
I thought you said queefing with excitement, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I like, that's actually really good. I love that. Like,
Normalize it. Normalize it. I will have none of your judgment. I will have none of your laughter.
Anyway, Ollie, you were saying.
what was I saying? I don't know what I was saying.
I don't know. Before we cut you off with the queefing with excitement.
Yeah, just I don't know. It's been really cool to get all these stories in, and hopefully that's gonna help us develop a very representational and accurate kind of story, which is really fun. And yeah, we're very privileged and very proud to kind of receive all these stories and all these experiences, and we will make very good use of them and try to represent people to the best of our abilities. So, yeah.
Kirsten, any final words?
Yeah, I think the form is still there. So, you know, if you want to, now having listened to this, fill it in if you haven't been put off too much, then yeah, we'd really appreciate it, because I think it will help a lot going forward as well. Just kind of getting like everybody's voices heard as well, which is really important, and like kind of one of the things that we'd said from the beginning for Girls Guide too. So yeah, but yeah, again, thank you to everyone who took the time, because I can see that it's really lengthy answers as well, that people have really taken the time, which we really appreciate. So yeah, thank you, and give us more to work with as well. Great fun. We love to hear from you, so thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much for all the wild stories, and also for being so vulnerable with us. We really appreciate it. And again, like Kirsten said, if you're listening to this and you still want to submit, you are more than welcome to check out the link is on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's in the link in our bio on the Instagram. Check out our website and you can submit and help us out with the development of Girls Guide. We would greatly appreciate it. But I think that just about wraps everything up. This episode has certainly been one to remember. But yeah, we hope you all have a great Halloween. I mean, these stories have certainly fit the spooky vibe, I'd say. And I mean, it looks like we are all queefing with excitement.
I'm not gonna live that down.
No,
that's gonna be on my tombstone.
It really is. What a legend. Anyway, yeah. Thank you all for listening, and we will see you next time. See you later.
See you later. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.